Hello everyone, I'm Marc Daniel Patrick. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. Today we're reacting to Good Morning Baltimore from the 2016 production of Hairspray Live. Now, just before we get started, don't forget, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and you can also find me on my Patreon page. Now, all of my comments and analysis are going to be included in this entire video. But if you want to see a full unedited version of this reaction, you can find it right now at my Patreon page. You can join at the link below. Good Morning Baltimore, one of the catchiest musical theater songs of all time. Here we go. Now, the first thing I noticed right away is that there's no audience reaction right at that first reveal. It's a little bit of stage magic, whatever, but that there's just no reaction to it at all from the audience. Like, that's why you have live productions, is to feel the energy from the audience that is in the room, and that kind of gets you. It's like those old sitcoms who had the laugh track behind it. Like, that's the reason. It's kind of giving you the cue, like, this is supposed to give you energy. You're supposed to laugh here. You're supposed to clap here. There's just nothing there, and I don't know why. I don't know if because they don't have anyone out on the street here where they're filming this section, but there should be some audience reaction right there behind it. Let's talk about Maddie for a second here, because she's a complete newcomer, was thrown into this role. It's kind of, we'll talk more maybe this week about why it's such a thankless role for her to step into with the people they cast alongside of her. But she does a fairly decent job. She's got that great Tracy sort of quirkiness about her, and the voice is spot on. The voice is exactly what I would want Tracy to have. If your Tracy can't carry the character that she needs to, what's the point of watching the rest of this show? So thankfully, I think they hit that one pretty well. I say this a lot in movie musicals, but over-directing is such a problem that I feel creeps into this sort of style, where they try and create so much surrounding area and try and take you down the street and make it seem like she's really part of Baltimore, where it just becomes too much. It just becomes so muddled. In an actual film, it might work a little bit better because you can edit and cut around it and get the exact shots you want. Here, you can tell Maddie just has far too much to do. Like, she cannot play her character anymore because she has so much to do. She has to grab her bag from this extra, run and look at herself in this car mirror, turn and take out this hairspray canisters out of her bag, pretend to see the remote control mice along the floor. It's far too much for her to do, let alone concentrate on singing and telling the story of this song. It's just way too much. I think a lot of critics hated on Maddie for not bringing the exact tone that they wanted to Tracy, but like I said at the beginning, it's kind of a thankless job when you're given so much direction like this. Meryl fucking Streep can't take that much direction and turn it into a perfect performance as well. It's just way too much, in my opinion. Now, one thing I will say is the lighting in this show is absolutely atrocious. It happens throughout the entire film. It doesn't matter. It looks like they're filming a Batman musical. That's what I expect is going to be coming up after this number. It's too dark. I swear there's a fog machine somewhere. They did not think that through. Like, I get it. You have to wait till all the sound stages. It's so much easier, obviously, to film at night because you don't have to deal with all the sunlight. But she's singing Good Morning Baltimore, for God's sake, and it looks like she's on the set of The Dark Knight. And it's just something they really should have thought through and perfected a little bit better. Now, complete newcomer, Maddie, to film, I believe, right? I would hope she's been in a production of something before, but you can feel now that breath is really starting to get away from her. She's got so much anxiety and obviously so much nervous pent-up energy because this is being filmed live, and she's the star of the show. But now all of a sudden, and look at her running across the street 17 times. She's got so much to do, and now you can hear that breath is starting to absolutely just leave her body, and she cannot get through these notes as well as she should. And that's something to think of, because if you would have cast a bona fide Broadway star, they would have the stamina to get you through an entire show from start to finish, let alone the opening number from start to finish. So it's one thing I wish she could have improved on just a little bit, but maybe it's not entirely her fault. So there you have some sort of audience behind. They're very muffled still in the back. You can't hear them that well. It's very odd. You really want a lot of energy thrown at that number from the audience that would have picked it up a little bit more. I just feel like overall the magic is gone from that number, just because they're filming at night, because they're trying, the lighting is terrible. They're trying to get her to do so much on this fake NBC lot, it's just, to me, it's just far too much going on to really make it that fun, energetic, magical number that you want at the start of this show. All right, that's all the time we have for this video. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. You can check out the entire reaction video for this song and for 200 other reaction videos that do not appear on YouTube. You can find them all on my Patreon at the description below. I'm Marc Daniel Patrick, and we'll see you next time.